My name is Eddie Ryan. I'm the marketing director with BestDrive by Continental. We're a car maintenance business and we look after private customers and fleets in 30 branches across the country. The NCT was set up about just over 20 years ago, and the idea was to over time get rid of a lot of the dangerous cars that were on the road. Your first 4 years of owning a new car, you don't have to do an NCT, but when your car is 4 years old, you will get a reminder with your tax disc as to when your NCT is due. From years 4 onwards, it's every 2 years you're obliged to get a certificate of roadworthiness. And then after that, when your car gets to 10 years old, you have to do it each year. There's obviously an NCT site, ncts.ie, where you can put in your reg and see when it's due. Come to an expert, go to someone who has the machinery, diagnostics, and understands what the fails are. Each year, we get advised by the Road Safety Authority, who we partner with, to understand what the main fails are for the year. Broadly speaking, they all hang around things like suspension parts, tires is always a top 5, braking, and the last one is one of the common failures, which is the headlight beam. Even though COVID is upon us still and lockdowns, all the NCT centres are operating now. And I think that, when a car is parked up for a period of time, whether people are working from home or just doing less driving, the car still needs some ongoing love and attention. The car needs to be started on a regular basis. That's the first thing. I'm not saying a week is not going to be an issue, but if you leave your car there for a month and you don't start it, firstly, the battery will still be charging various parts of the car. The engine will obviously help the battery to regenerate itself. And also with tires, tires are a natural compound, and therefore a little bit of air will seep out through the walls of the tire. So if you leave it there long enough, the tire is actually going to be parked in the same place, and therefore the walls of the tire won't be supporting the weight properly, and it just can cause damage if it's left for long enough. If you fail an NCT, the NCT Centre will give you a sheet listing the areas that they believe you have not met their minimum standard. So the idea then would be is that you take your sheet, you are allowed to drive away from the NCT Centre. You're given a period of time in which to rectify those issues. So obviously you can come to somewhere like BestDrive, bring the sheet with you, because they clearly tell what the tolerances are and what's wrong. We can then look at those and say, well, okay, and give you an estimate. Normally it only takes a couple of days, because they are kind of common things. It could be, brake pads or something like that, which we would have in stock. Once you have your work completed, then the idea would be is to book back in. The vast majority of fails have to drive through again, so you have to do the full drive through. Sometimes you have a fail that might just be a visual fail, so it could be that you need to have new tires. Then they will issue the cert to you, and then you obviously make sure you put your cert on your windscreen display, because that's what the guards will be looking for. I think the general maintenance that consumers can do throughout the year is based around 2 particular areas. One, I suppose, is the servicing. You need to service your car, certainly 12 to 15 months, depending on the mileage that you are doing. That needs to be carried out by experts, and there's lots of main dealers and people like ourselves and BestDrive across the country who can do that. The other maintenance is around the safety factors in the car, so the tires and the brakes. Being able to see people on the road, or being able to see other cars or signage is vital. So therefore, check your wipers, check your lights, check your tires, and get serviced once a year, and then enjoy driving.